Okay, welcome class. Today we are going to start your 15th chapter, that is punctuation mark and capital letters. So first of all, let's start with what is a punctuation mark. Punctuation mark are used for putting pauses in a written sentence or a passage to communicate the intended meaning better and clearly. Means punctuation marks are used to stop or to put stops or pauses within a written sentence. For example, when we are speaking, we are taking breaths in between. We are stopping to take breaths. For example, when I'm speaking, see, when I'm speaking, I'm taking this breath. I'm stopping to make my meaning clear. Okay, there are pauses, there are short pauses, there are long pauses to make the meaning clear. But if you write it in a page, if you write it in a sheet of paper without any punctuation mark, how are you able to communicate with that written passage? How will the reader understand what meaning you wanted to give it, right? That reader won't be getting into your mind to understand that what was your point of view, right? So to make your passage meaningful, to make your thought come out clearly in your written passage, we use punctuation mark. Okay, so there are certain principal kinds of punctuation mark, that is full stop, comma, semicolon, colon, quotation, question mark, exclamation mark, and apostrophe. Okay, so what is full stop? Full stop is used at the end of a declarative sentence or an imperative sentence. So what is declarative sentence? Your assertive sentence. For example, if I say tomorrow will be a holiday, full stop, this is your declarative or assertive sentence. Imperative sentence, sentences that are used to make request, suggestion, order, command, go out, keep shut, bring your copy, give me a glass of water. All these are your imperative sentences. So after your declarative sentence and after your imperative sentence, you will be using a full stop. Next is after certain abbreviation or initial. Abbreviation means short form. For example, USA, United States of America, USA, UAE, United Arab Emirates, UK, United Kingdom. Okay, all these are your abbreviations. MP, Member of Parliament, MA, Master of Arts, PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. Okay, all these are your short forms of certain words. So you use certain abbreviations. Next is initial. Initial means the name of a certain person. For example, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. You write MS Dhoni. So MS are the initials of Mahendra Singh. Okay, in this cases we use full stop. Next is comma. Comma is the shortest pause and is used in certain ways. Okay, full stop is a complete break. Comma is a short pause. Comma is used for separating a series of words in a sentence. There are apples, oranges, pears and grapes in the basket. My mom asked me to bring fruits, vegetables, pulses, rice and salt. Okay, so whenever I'm using this series of things, I will be using a comma in between. After a nominative absolute. What is nominative absolute? Nominative absolute means when you are using a term with which certain preconception is added. For example, Sunday. Sunday means a day to rest. Monday means a busiest day. Friday means a weekend. Weekend is going to start. Okay, so nominative absolute means when certain preconception is added to that word. It being Sunday, I am going to stay indoors. Means Sunday means no work, I will be at indoors. So after Sunday, I will be using a comma. After a nominative absolute, I will be using a comma. For marking of a noun or phrase in apposition. My son, Piyush, was a very good runner in his childhood. My sentence is, my son was a very good runner. Okay, but adding this Piyush means adding a noun. I am adding a noun in apposition. To subtract this or to separate this noun or a phrase from your sentence, we use comma. Okay, for example, if I say, my brother Akhil is a painter, I can simply say my brother is a painter. But what I said, my brother Akhil, Akhil will be used. My brother, comma, Akhil, comma, is a painter. Okay. Next, for separating a subordinate adverb clause from the rest of the sentence. If you have a reference book, please explain the mystery. So this is your subordinate adverb clause. Okay. If you have the reference book, please explain the mystery. For marking of a direct quotation from the rest of the sentence. Okay. Do or die, say Mahatma Gandhi. In your direct indirect questions, when we were doing your direct questions, direct statements, my mother said, go to your bed. So this go to your bed will be used within quotation mark, and my mother said means to separate the reported speech and reported verb, we use a comma. Okay. For example, if I simply say, my mother said, comma, go to bed. So this reported verb, this reported speech is separated by a comma. For separating a question tag from the main sentence. This is the main sentence, you are coming with me. This is your question tag, aren't you? Whenever you are using question tag, it will be separated from the main sentence with the help of a comma. Okay, the rule number 7 and rule number 5 is same for separating a reported speech from the rest of the sentence. Next is your semicolon. Semicolon indicates a longer pause than a comma but a shorter than a full stop. Full stop is a complete break. Comma is a shortest pause. Semicolon is a longer pause than comma but shorter than a complete break. Okay. So it is used for separating clauses of compound sentence when they have a comma. So compound sentence might have comma. So when a sentence have a comma, we separate two sentences with the help of a semicolon. Dr. Manmohan Singh is a renowned economist, a visionary, semicolon, and is respected all over the world. So my two compound sentences are Dr. Manmohan Singh is a renowned economist, a visionary, and he is respected all over the world. So I am joining these two sentences together with the help of a semicolon. Separating a series of loosely related clauses means where there is not a bigger connection. His heart was big, his pocket was empty. These two are simple clauses. They are not actually related to each other, but we are relating them, and that's why they are known as loosely related clauses. Next is your colon. Colon denotes a longer than the one indicated by a semicolon. Now, colon is a bit longer than semicolon. It is used for marking a direct quotation. It is used to mark a direct quotation. For example, if I say, Aristotle said. Okay, Aristotle said, or simply write Aristotle. Simply write Aristotle dot or colon. Man is a social animal. Okay. So what is this meant? Means Aristotle had said this direct quotation, has said this particular sentence. Okay. So colon is used to denote such things. Before an enumeration or an example. Enumeration or example means, for example, if I say that proper nouns are used in capital letters and they are particular names. Example, colon, then you are writing the certain examples. Okay. So colon is used to denote a larger, longer pause than semicolon, and it is used to mark direct quotation and is used to give examples. Clear? Next is a question mark. Quotation mark. Quotation mark is used to put the actual words of the speaker. We use in your direct sentence, in your indirect direct. So while you write your direct speech, in that case you write this way. Okay. Question mark at the end of each direct question, you put a question mark. Exclamation mark after an interjection or a phrase or a sentence. For example, alas, my dog died. Hooray, we won the match. May God bless you. Merry Christmas. Okay, after all these wishes, after interjections, you use exclamation mark. Next is apostrophe. Apostrophe is used for two cases. Okay, one to denote a possessive form, one to contract. Okay. One to use denoted possessive forms. For example, if I say girls hostel, Bill Williams car. Okay, in this cases we use apostrophe, and in second we use in a contracted form, can't, cannot. Okay, For example, don't, do not. If I write do not, if I write don't, this is a contracted form. Okay, so this was all regarding your punctuation mark. I hope it is clear to you all. If you have any problem, get it clear during your online classes. In your next chapter, we'll be starting with your capital letter, the uses of capital letter. Okay, so till then, go through this chapter, see if you have any problem. If you have doubts, get it cleared during your online classes, or I'm available. Okay, till then, read properly and take care. Bye bye.